同学们好 welcome. It is, I think, class 12. It's the 18th of October. So today we're beginning to get into the meat of the second section. So we'll be doing step back repulse monkey, which in fact is new footwork. So one of the things I want to concentrate on in this series of classes is the basic methods and where we learn them. And so this is where in the form we learn really how to go backwards. And that's a fundamental method. What I'll also hope to show you is actually connections between step back repulse monkey and the fist under elbow. There's actually some interesting similarities between them that if you think about the two of them together might help you do both of them. We'll see. So let's begin with standing practice. We'll do a couple of minutes in parallel stance and then we'll do some empty stance because we're still practicing empty stances. So feet shoulder width apart or a little bit wider, feet parallel, bend the knees, feel your weight even on the balls and the heels of the feet, and circle the arms rounded so the palms are about high chest height. So we'll do our posture, train our posture, which is the first thing we do here. Hey Maria, welcome. So head up, feel the crown of your head pushing up. And then when it's up, feel the rest of your body just suspended from the neck on down. Then feel your shoulders sinking and your elbows dropping. In all of this, we want to practice relax, which is loosening and opening and softening. The third thing we look at is absorb the chest and round the back. So feel the elbows extending away from the spine. That should absorb your back, absorb the chest and round the back. And last but not least, relax the waist. So that means sink your hips straight down, your lower spine, your lumbar spine is straight up and down. And if it gets difficult to keep your arms up, you can always have your arms in this hold a bag of apples posture if you prefer. If that's more comfortable, you can have your arms here. But if you can, practice up here. And so now the second part of this practice is to train our breathing. So gently and easily. Breathe in, feel your belly expanding as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, your belly contracts. Do your posture again to help your breathing. So head up, shoulders down, absorb the chest, relax the waist, and breathe. Let's do 30 more seconds here. Just feel everything softening. You're looking straight out in front of you, taking in a broad view. And breathing in through the nose and out through the nose if you can. So now let's shift to an empty stance. So shift your weight to one side, open the other heel to the corner. Go into a heel touch empty stance. So your chest is going to be open towards the corner. Your head is looking forward. Sink your weight. So your weight, 70% of your weight's on the back foot. Your hips are over your back foot. Lean your torso forward to get 30% on the heel of that forward foot. So you get 30% on the front foot, not by moving your hips forward, but by tilting your torso in the direction of the forward foot. And open that circle of arms. Feel your elbows extending away from the shoulders. Change to the other side. Bring your weight onto the back foot. Change the foot. Step out. Now we've got the other foot in front. Heel touch. Make sure your chest is open, but you're looking towards the forward direction, looking towards the front foot direction. Lean your torso forward a bit to get 30%. Head up, shoulders down, elbows down. Extend the elbows away. Nice round circle. Check the height of your palms if you can, about chest height. Relax the waist to feel your hips sinking down. Feel the weight on your back foot, even front and back. Round your crotch, so make sure that your back knee isn't tilting in. Back knee is in line with the foot. Change footwork. Let's do a minute again on the first side. So 70% on the back, head up, shoulders and elbows down. Absorb the chest, relax the waist. Play with the angle of the tilt of your hips to find nice, easy breathing and find a way to get the weight onto that back foot. Lean your torso forward to get 30% on the front. And change to the other side. Step out, chest to the corner, nose to the front, hips over the back foot, leaning the torso in the direction of the front foot, head up, shoulders and elbows down, absorbing the chest, nice big round circle with the arms. Relax the waist and release. So come forward, step your feet parallel. Let's just do a gentle warm-up. So just very gently, 4 times to one side, rotate your hips, just a little circle. And then we'll do 4 to the other side, just waking up your body. Now that we've done that, just swing your chest from side to side. Try not to move your hips. This is warming up your lower back. Just let your arms swing from side to side. And now we'll do the shoulders. So bend the knees as you gently warm up the shoulders in the horizontal direction. And when we've done a few of these, let's do the shoulders in the other direction. Today we'll just do 4 of each. And 1 more set. And there we are. So let's just do the hip opening exercises. I've lost a bit of time, but I want to make sure that we do these. If you have a chair, if you use a chair, because we're going to be on one leg, get yourself a chair or hold on to a chest of drawers. That's good. So let's do 5 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then on the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to the first side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the last side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Since we have a chair, but you can, if you're standing, you can just stand and bend your knees. I'm going to sit. Let's just do some waist exercises just to gradually warm up our waist. So sitting, this means that your hips are not going to move. So let's just have the arms in front and we'll turn to one side and then turn to the other side. That's 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, Okay, now we're going to go side to side this way. I'll just show you with my hands out. You can keep your hands here if you want. So 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Now the palms are going to roughly stay in the same place and the chest is going to go forwards and back. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. And let's just do one horizontal again, forward for luck. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. And stop. Good. We're going to practice the whole of the first section to where we are in the second section, just to get everything set up. But before we do that, are there any questions? Are there any movements that you'd like to work on in the first section and the beginning of the second section?
Yes. At the movement after forgetting my names.
Just show it. Just show me.
Yeah, you do this, and then you do this.
Yes. Very good.
Okay.
We'll work.
When you twist your hands in order to do this, I don't know if I'm doing it right, but I feel this is very unstable, unlike any other. Before you step, I feel like I'm all ready to fall. So I don't know if I'm doing something wrong there. I just
So essentially the one that you want to work on is after we've done single whip and raise hands, it's this movement, which is white crane, the transition into white crane. Okay.
The transition to white crane, I'd like to,
Good.
see if I'm moving my foot before or after I should.
Very good. Excellent question. That's a lovely movement. So let's practice the first section together, and then we'll go back to what Kelly was asking about. So I will actually, and what I'm going to start doing, I forgot to do this for a while. So I've got this little red thing. I will always have that in what is for me the front of the class. You know, if you're practicing and this is the front for you, that's now the front for me as well. I'm going to put it there as just as a reminder. When I turn around, that you know which way I'm facing, just as a reminder. So that's the front. So let us practice the first section into the beginning of the second section. So we're in prepare. Opening. Crossbird's tail. Ward off left. Ward off right. Roll back. Press. Push. Transition to single whip. Single whip. Raise hands. Step forward. White crane spreads its wings. Left brush knee. Hand strums the lute. Left brush knee. Right brush knee. Left brush knee. Hand strums the lute. Left brush knee. Step forward, parry, block, and punch. Apparent closing up. Cross hands. Embrace tiger. Return to the mountain. Roll back. Press. Push. Fist under elbow. Transition. Fist under elbow. And stop there. Okay. Anything else come up for anybody while you were practicing that you wanted to talk about?
Quick question. I just discovered that if I don't go forward at hand strums lute, I have more space. Does that movement essentially take place without any forward movement?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So let's do White Crane, and then let's talk briefly about hand strums the lute, Ronald, because you actually touch on something which is quite important that helps us do the martial art technique. Lorraine, did you have something you wanted to work on?
Yeah, I'd like to see the fist under elbow.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, for sure. Fist under elbow is sort of last week's movement, so we will review that in detail before we go on to the next one.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so let's talk about White Crane. So this is now the going forward direction for me, which is why I've put that there. So I've done single whip, I've done raise hands. So I'm in an empty stance, heel touch. My arms are either line of the center line. The right leg is forward after I've done raise hand, step forward. So what we're going to do is first we're going to turn the body and rotate the palms. That's one. Then the arms are going to circle. And just before my arms close here, I'm going to pick up my right foot and turn it in through 45 degrees. Then I'm going to shift my weight to the right and open the arms. So let me show it in this direction. Let's try this. Yeah. So I'm here. No, it's better in this side. Once I've shown it here, Rogelio, let's just talk about what may be the issue. So here, I'm going to start with a waist turn. I'm going to rotate my arms, and you can see that my lower palm, my left palm is palm up, my right palm is palm down, and I'm going to be pulling down. So from here, rotate the waist, pull down. Now I'm going to pull down both arms, and I'm going to close my arms in this position. One of the things that might help with you, Rogelio, is your left arm, your upper arm. Make sure that it's nice and far away from your body, that it's not close, that it's out, that you're nice and rounded. Then, right at the last moment, you're going to turn your foot. Then you're going to move your weight over. This is a shoulder strike. Here, shoulder strike. Then we're going to lift and separate the arms to here. So, Rogelio, tell me again where the catch is for you.
Yeah, for some reason I might have gotten it wrong. I thought your arms had to move along more or less a single plane, not. I see now that you're extending your left arm away
Yes.
from you, and that helps with the balance. Because
Yeah.
otherwise, I feel like going forward, and I really needed that step. But now I feel more balanced with that. I think that was.
So yes, and just to put a fine point on what you said, the place where your arms are moving in a plane is here, because I've got my opponent's arm, so I've got part of their arm and the other part of their arm, and I'm pulling them down and back here. But you can see that as I circle, this is the position of my arms when I've done my circle and my foot changes. So I'm nice and rounded here. And you can see even this arm is a little bit away from my tummy. And this arm is up. Then I move to here, one arm up, one arm down.
I was keeping him on the same plane all the way to the back. Then I was missing some weight in the front. Yeah, thank you. I think
Maria.
JP, I just want to make sure I know the footwork. Is the right foot? It's not a pivot. It's just a step.
Yes. So you that's another excellent question, Maria. The right foot, we're in this position here. The right foot is going to turn through 45 degrees. And if nothing else was happening, we could just pivot it. But in the form, the way we do the form, we pick it up and put it down. In this, and the reason we do that is to remind ourselves of the martial art application, which is when I'm here and I'm going to do white crane, I could step back. And so the reason I pick up the foot before I put it down in the same place is essentially to be a reminder that I could actually step forward or I could step back here. I don't have to stay in the same place.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Ronald's question about hand strum the lute. So, yeah, so this is going to be the front. So we're in left, we did left brush knee. So Ronald, your question was, do I come forward here or do I just stay in the same place? Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. So from here, when we say the language we use is the back foot comes in, but it's ambiguous because actually the back foot is coming into the center line. It's not coming in closer to the front foot. So actually, if I do it in this direction, and hopefully my center line is roughly in the right place, I bring the back foot in to center line, but it actually doesn't move forward this way. And the way and again, because it's always helpful for me to think about the martial art technique. So why do we do that? So here, if you think about, we've done brush knee, somebody's grabbed your arm. You want to pull them back and break their elbow. So in order to pull back, you want to be back here to begin with, because then you can pull all the way back. If you step in, you don't have as much power to pull back. Does that answer your question?
Oh, absolutely. And I used to do Aikido, and what you're doing, you're making an opening for the opponent. Okay.
Yes, actually, Susan used to do Aikido as well. So yeah, it's I'm told Aikido is the closest Japanese martial art to Tai Chi. Very similar. Maria, did you have another question?
No, I tried to listen.
Oh, okay. Okay. Good. So to Lorraine's question, let's take 10 minutes and work on fist under elbow. Just review that, which is what we did last week. So this is going to, so let me change direction. So I'm going in the same direction as you. Imagine that we started off in this direction. We did embrace tiger, press and push. So you're sort of towards the back corner. The front is over there. over there. So the first part of fist under elbow is very much like single whip. So we won't spend too much time on that. So we're here, push back, flatten the palms, pull with the left hand, pivot the right heel, the right foot goes to the front, sit your weight back on the right foot as the palms come back in front of your chest. Your hips relax so that the left foot and the right foot are now both pointing to the front, and then you push out to the right. So this is a push, and your fingertips are to the right forearm center. So let me just do that in the other direction. So let's say I started here, I did embrace tiger to here. So we've done embrace tiger. Sit back, wait. Pull with the left arm, so the arms come in front of the body to the left as the left foot goes to the front, pressing in front of the chest, and press out as you finish. Notice that my left arm is roughly horizontal, left fingertips to right forearm center. Yep, you're looking good. So from here, now we're going to do the real fist under elbow. We're going to pick up the left foot and step out to the corner. We're going to connect out with the left hand. We're going to turn the body and change our footwork here. So this right foot is going to step as the left hand goes into a grab. As I shift my weight onto the left foot, I'm going to pull down with the left hand. And then as my left hand lifts, I make a fist, touch with the heel, and punch. And essentially, fist under elbow, my fist is under their elbow. It's not under my elbow. My hands are either side of the center line here. So let's just review that second part, which is usually the difficult part. Lorraine, is that the one that you'd like to focus on, the second part? Okay. So let's start after we've turned and we've done the push out to the side, where most of the weight is on the right foot. The right foot is to the front, and let's just do the footwork. I'm going to, I need a prop. Okay. So this is 45 degrees. So I'm doing a push out here. I'm going to step out either side of this diagonal line past my back heel. My front foot is going to the corner. So that's the first thing. So 1, pick up the left foot, step to the corner. 2, I'm going, and this is part of this movement, I'm going to connect out with my left arm. Then as I rotate and grab with my left arm, I'm going to move my right foot. You'll see that my right foot and my left foot are now both to the corner. I'm going to pivot and then punch. And the way I want to end up is center line 2 sides with my heel of the left foot just on the other side of the line behind my, should be like, get this straight, here, like that. So let's do the footwork again. So we've pushed out to the side, step out, back a bit, step out to the corner, connect out, shift all your weight. So all your weight is now on the left leg. Step with the right, grab with the left hand. Shift your weight back to the right, pull the left hand down, change footwork, heel touch, lift with the left, punch in with the right. Yep. So if you can, what we're trying to do is this left hand is lifting up and the right arm is punching underneath. In a few minutes, I will just show it with Susan. I'll show the other movement we're doing today as well, because then we'll see why this hand is here and this fist is here. So let's do that again. So we've done part 1. So we've pushed out to the right, right hand to the side, right foot to the front, step out, center line 2 sides, connect out. That's 1. 2, step around with the right, rotate the left hand. This is now a grab. Shift your weight back. You're grabbing with the left and pulling down. change footwork, lift with the left, punch with the right. So you're here. Yes. Any questions about that? Okay, that's sounding good. So let's just do the whole thing, fist under elbow, together a few times to just fix it in our minds. So I'm going to start in the same direction. If you were facing the camera, that would be the front. And so I've done a push to the back right corner-ish. So this is push after, yes.
Yeah.
Fist under elbow, transition, shift back your weight,
Okay.
flatten the palms. Now pivoting with the right heel, pull with the left. So pull, 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 arms go to the front left corner. Sit your weight back, pressing the palms, fingertips facing past your tummy. Push out to the right, relax your hips. Now, step out, center line to sides, and connect out with the left hand. As you step with the right foot, rotate the left arm. Shift back your weight onto the right, pull down with the left, change footwork, lift with the left, punch under with the right. And again, I'll change directions. So we started here, and I'm in this direction. Okay. Transition, shift weight back, flatten the palms. Pulling, separate the arms, pull around, right foot to the front. Arms go to the corner. Now arms press back in front of the tummy and push out to the side. Relax your waist so that both feet are pointing to the front. Step out to the corner, connect out. That's 1. 2, step around, rotate, grab with the left hand. 3, shift your weight to the right, pull down with the left. 4, heel touch and punch. Okay, let me ask Susan to join us because I want to show the application movement, the application for this movement, and then the other movement we're going to do today, which is step back repulse monkey. So let's just do fist under elbow first. So yeah, so Susan is going to punch. Susan, yeah, that should do it, Susan. Yeah, so Susan's going to punch to me, and I'm going to connect, and I'm going to let the punch come past, do a grab. So you can see, let's move a little bit this way. So she's going to punch. I've done this connect, and now I'm going to rotate and grab. So I'm doing a grab here as I, footwork. Okay, let's try again. Connect, grab. Now you see my foot is here, my weight is on the forward. I'm going to shift my weight back and pull her down and then lift up, and then this lift is going to allow me to do this punch here. Let's do it again. So connect out, grab, pull down, punch. So the thing that I want to emphasize here, and we'll see it in repulse monkey, is we're going to do a grab, and then we're going to do a pull down. And you can see as I pull down, my weight shifts onto the back foot. So I'm going to do a grab and a pull down as my weight shifts onto the left. Repulse monkey is the same thing. We're going to do a grab, and then our weight is going to go backwards. So let's try that one. So let's say I was here. So Susan is grabbing here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab. So let's just do a close-up here. You can see that I'm actually going to change the grip. So you can see that I've now got, my hand has gone from this position to palm up. So now I've got a grab here. Okay. So Susan's here. I'm going to step back. Once I've got a good root here, I'm going to use my shift towards the back to pull Susan in. So I'm going to pull her in, and in fact, I'm going to strike with this hand. So the thing that I want to emphasize is that similar to fist under elbow, we start with a grab, step back, and now we're moving backwards as we pull. Now with fist under elbow, it was connecting out, grab, pull down. Here we're just pulling straight back. So the directions are slightly different, but the essential method, the principle is the same. Any questions? Good, thank you. Okay, thank you, Susan. Okay, so let us work through step back repulse monkey. So I've shown you the application, but we haven't really reviewed all the details. So now let's work through the details. So this is going to be the front for me. So actually, if we had been going in this direction, yeah, so we'll do it like this. I've done fist under elbow here. So fist under elbow, I'm in an empty stance, left leg forward, heel touch, lifting with the left hand, punching under with the right. So the first thing that's going to happen is I'm going to shift my weight back and I'm going to rotate my left arm. So this movement, this movement, this movement. Then I'm going to swing my back arm, step out. Now you can see my right arm is in front of my chest. I'm not going to move back yet. Now I'm going to move back. So let's do that again. We're here. Start shifting. And by the way you can see somebody's weight shifts back is to look at the gap between the sole of their foot and the floor. So you can see that as I start shifting back, the ball of my foot starts coming off the floor. So shift back, the hand rotates. Step back, arm swings. When the toe touches, the arm is out to the side. When the foot flattens, the arm is in front of the chest. Now I'm going to turn and strike. So the left arm and the right arm movements are, I've already shown you the left arm in fist under elbow. The right arm movement is also something you know very well from brush knee. So if, let's say we take, let's take white crane. So when we're in white crane, the first thing we do is we rotate the palm, we swing up, it comes to here, and we strike. Ronald's movement from today, we've done hand strums the lute. The first thing that happens is my right arm is going to rotate. It's going to swing to the side. I'm going to step. It's going to come to the shoulders. My foot flattens, and I'm going to strike. So you can see the elements are arm rotates, swings to the side, swings to the shoulder, strikes out. So one way to get the feel for it is just swing your arm a few times. Just swing to the corner and back to shoulder, strike. Swing to the corner, back to the shoulder, strike. You can do it on the other side. So let's do it both sides. So swing to the back, to the shoulder, strike out. Swing to the shoulder, strike. Swing to the shoulder, strike. Swing to the shoulder, strike. Yes. And so what we aim to do is that this is one smooth movement. But one of the principles is practice continuously and without interruption. This is one movement from beginning to end. We try not to stop there, stop here, and stop here, even though when we learn the movement, we break it down into those parts, but we're trying to keep it continuous. So let's do this from fist under elbow again. So I've done fist under elbow. I've got my left foot forward, heel touch, empty stance, left hand lifting, right fist punching into the diagonal. One, I'm going to shift my weight back, rotate left palm, and you can see I'm going to rotate my right as well. It's this shifting back, things start rotating. step back, arm swings when it's at the side, toe touch. When the foot is down, the arm is in by the shoulder. But I've kept my body turned back, so now pull with the left hand and strike out. One of the things that helps perform this movement is don't think about the strike, think about the pull. The pull is going to be more important than the strike because the pull will help you think to turn your chest. Now you can see that as my chest turns, it's going to help with the strike, but it's easier to think about the pull, and then the strike just comes for free. I want to just mention a couple of things, a couple of details. So when we do this strike, we are striking with the heel of the hand. And so let's say I've been here, fist under elbow, strike here. So you can see that my palm, actually if I turn around to this side, my palm is slightly at a diagonal. If this is not a strike, this is a push. A strike is with this part of the hand. So my hand is slightly at a diagonal. And I think we're all good. So the arm isn't straight. The arm has got a slight bend, elbow down, shoulder down, space in the armpit. Everybody's looking really nice. Yeah. And try and get a little, if you can, if your wrist allows it, get a little bit of, we call that a sit, so a little flex in your wrist so that the palm isn't in line with the forearm. It's just tilted up slightly like that. That's really nice, Maria. Yeah, that's good. Let's do this again. So we're in fist under elbow here. 1, shift back weight, start rotating. 2, step back, touch with the toe, arm to the side, flatten the foot, arm to the shoulder. Now pull with the left, body turns, pivot on the right heel as you strike out. We'll do that again. So we're here, fist under elbow. 1, start rotating the arms. 2, step back, swing the arm out, toe touch, flatten the foot, arm in, pulling and turning with the body, pivot on the right heel, strike out. One of the things that you might want to ask, it was like, why are we pivoting on the heel or the ball? Why do we pivot on the heel? And again, in a way, Ronald, it's similar to that hand-strum lute thing. I get more power because if I'm pulling backwards when I'm pushing with my heel. So from here, you can see I'm stepping back. I'm going to pull somebody with this hand, so it helps to actually resist with this foot. In the same way, when I do hand-strum lute, you can see that I'm actually rooting with my heel and doing the lift movement. So again, there's another similarity between these two movements. Let's see, what haven't we talked about? The gaze. So normally when the arm goes out to the side, we follow the gaze. It follows the leading arm. But in the Young Family style with step back repulse monkey, we just keep looking straight forward, presumably because we're fighting monkeys and you have to keep your eye on the monkeys. So we don't look to the side for this one. I didn't see anybody look to the side. The other thing to keep an eye on, and I want you to practice this when we do the stepping, which we'll do next, is, and this is difficult, as you step back, don't come up. Keep your hips at the same height the whole time. So don't come up here. Keep your hips at the same height. You're just, your hips are just in a horizontal line. So what I want to talk about now is the fundamental. Rogelio, you've got a question.
Yes. When you start rotating your hands, your chest sort of goes to the corner, and as you pull, you move to the other corner, or you try to keep your chest square?
Right. So that's a lovely question. So Yeah, there is, because I am opening slightly, my chest is opening. So my chest is opening to here. And as I pull and strike, my chest is going to turn to square. So I'm starting with my chest. So when I've done fist under elbow, my chest is more than straight but less than corner. When I open, my chest is sort of to corner. It's still, it may be coming back a bit because my body is moving, but it goes from corner to straight. And so when I finish doing this, it's actually past straight to beginning to go to the other corner.
But
So
not
I
quite.
say again?
But not quite to the corner.
Not quite to the corner. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sort of more than straight, less than corner. But, you know, I think you've got the principle. Your question implies you've understood the principle, which is, you know, you're continuously moving your chest from side to side to actually do, to deliver power. And that's why I like doing these, sitting on a chair or standing and doing these exercises. You can see that we do this movement constantly in the form. So it helps to loosen our back and strengthen our back. Okay, so the fundamental method, Maria, you had a question.
Is it as a general rule, when you step back, is it heel first?
Thank you. The check is in the mail. Yeah, that was exactly that. That's a beautiful tee up for what we're going to do next, which is the stepping. So the short answer is it's toe, ball, heel.
Oh,
Toe, ball, heel. When I go forward, it's heel, ball, toe. So in a way, people say that Tai Chi is just very much natural body movement. So imagine you're just walking. If you're walking forward, you go heel, ball, toe, heel, ball, toe. If you're going backwards, you go toe, ball, heel, toe, ball, heel, toe, ball, heel. Does that make sense? You're looking puzzled.
no, that makes sense. Is there any variation at any time? That's always a good rule to follow, or is there any?
It's I can't there may be, but I can't think of a variation. Actually, in this form, in the hand form, this is the only time we go backwards, is in repulse monkey. Now, you know, there is what we just did with fist under elbow, which is a slight backward movement, but we really don't, it's not stepping backwards.
Okay,
One of the things we'll talk about in about 5 minutes is how long do we step, and that will go back to the question you've just asked, Maria, about toe, ball, heel. So what I want to do is I will walk away from the camera and then walk back to the camera. And most of us have very little space, so I apologize if I make things difficult. But let's just say we start, and I'm going to walk away from you. So we're in an empty stance, heel touch. I'm going to open my right foot. I'm going to step. Now, if I'm going to take another step, I put my heel, ball, toe, and I step through to the next one. So let's do that again. And whenever we do multiple steps, we step on either side of the center line. That's what we're doing here. So I'm here, open my right toe, shift my weight towards the right, step through, center line to sides, heel, ball, toe. And if you have space, you can do another one, and you can keep going forward. What we do in repulse monkey is that in reverse. So we'll go forward and then we'll come back. So we're going to start here. Open the right toe, step forward and take another step forward. So center line, two sides to here. Now we're going to go backwards. So step backwards, toe, ball, heel. Pivot your front foot so that you're now center line, two sides. Take another step back, toe, ball, heel, pivot. So that's the footwork. And if you have more room, and ideally, if you have a big mirror, or you have a glass door that you can walk towards, one of the things I want you to be very careful about is, if this is your center line, that when you step back, you don't cross the center line. The natural inclination for us when we go backwards is to cross our footwork. Sometimes actually we step too wide, but that's less frequent. So try and make sure that you're on either side of the center line. As you go back, again, you're on either side of this. Actually, I'm crossed a little bit there. So you want to keep making sure that you are on that center line. And the reason that you want to do that is, if I'm here and I step back and my footwork is crossed, I don't have very good balance. I've got better balance here if my feet are on either side of the center line. If my foot is too wide, I don't have very much agility. So this is the compromise position that gives us both stability and agility. So let's do that forward and back a couple of times. Now what I want you to think about is keep your hips at the same height. We'll go forward 2 steps and back 2 steps. So open the front foot, shift forward, center line 2 sides, and step forward again. Come back, pivot on that heel, step back, pivot on the heel. One of the things that leads us to cross our footwork is we're always thinking about the front of our foot. And so we think the center line, I want to be by the center line, but with the front of my foot. Actually, it's not. It's with the back of your foot. It has to be on the center line. So there are 2 ways you can think about that. One is to just make sure you're stepping a little bit wider with the front of your foot. And the other is to just think about swinging your heel, because your heel is going to be on the other side of, if I just swing my hips naturally, my foot is on the center line. So I just want to step back to here. Step back to here. Now, yes, Rogelio.
I noticed either you going forward or backwards that you move most of the length of the step, your foot is straight and you twist it as you're gonna land. So it's better to do that keeping your foot looking at the corner as you move it, so you don't have to rotate it. You see, I mean, you could walk like this, but it seems to me you're going straight and then landing, rotating again. You see the difference?
I see the difference. I've never actually thought about it. I don't know.
You're straightening the foot and twisting it, pivoting as you land, either going forward or backward.
Right, and I suppose it's because I'm sort of thinking about just swinging my leg and then stepping. And actually, when you look at it, when I start, my foot is straight, and then I'm going to step wider at the end.
Right.
And then I pivot. I'm going to step back, straighten the foot, step back into a corner. I'm sorry I don't have a clearer answer for you. See what works.
Okay. I'll do it the way you're doing it then.
I want to just go back to Maria's question. We're running out of time again, which was the heel ball, toe ball, heel. And it's actually a combination of Maria's point and Ronald's point about length. So when we're in this position here, we've done fist under elbow, let's say. When I step back, what we try to do is to step back far enough that we have a pull, that we actually have a pull, because if we don't step back very far, I don't have as much pull. I don't have as much distance that my hips are going back to do the pull. As always in Tai Chi Chuan, there's a trade-off. And the trade-off is, if you're in this position, I'm just going to step back on this side, and you step back too far, you tend to open your foot too wide in order to get back that far. So you want to make sure that you step far enough that when your foot is down, it's at 45 degrees. Pivot. Step back, toe touch, toe ball, heel, pivot. And yeah, it's toe ball, heel, toe ball, heel. So we're all familiar with the form. Rogelio, do you have a question?
No.
Okay, Maria?
Oh, I'm fine, thank
Okay.
you.
Okay, so I think we all know the form, and so the rest of repulse monkey is in a way the same, but just on the other side. But let's just practice that. So we'll start with fist under elbow. So we've done fist under elbow, left foot forward, empty stance. So 1, rotate the hands. 2, step back, toe touch, arm to the side, foot flat, arm by the shoulder, pull and turn. Now we're going to do on the other side. So shift back, weight, rotate, start rotating the arms. Toe touch, arm to the side, foot flatten, arm by the shoulder. Now with body turning, pull with the right hand, pivot the left heel. Let's do it again on the other side. So shift back, weight, arms start rotating. Swing, step, toe touch, arm to the side, foot flatten, arm by the shoulder, and pull. And we don't really have enough room. If you have enough room, you can just keep doing them over and over and over again, as much room as you have going backwards. You don't have to stop at 3. You can keep going as many as you like. So let's, to consolidate this, let's just do, we'll start with fist under elbow and do all the repulse monkeys. So I'll go in the same direction as you. So we're here. You've done push. After embrace tiger, you're towards the back right corner-ish, just inside the corner. Fist under elbow, shift back weight, flatten the palms. Separate the arms, pivot on the right heel, right foot comes to the front, arms go to the left. Now arms come in front of the body as you relax your waist, both feet to the front, pushing out with the right hand, left fingertips to right forearm center. Step out, center line 2 sides to the corner, the left foot. Connect out. Step around, grab with the left hand, shifting your weight back onto the right, pull down with the right. Change to the heel with the left foot, lift with the left, punch with the right. Step back, repulse monkey. Shift weight, start rotating the arms. Swing, step, toe touch, arm out, foot flat, arm in. Turn body, pull with the left hand, striking out, looking forward. Number 2, shift back, weight, rotate the arms. Step back, arm out, foot flat, arm in. Pull and strike with body turn. Number 3, shifting weight, rotating arms. Swing arm out, toe touch, arm in, foot flat, body turn, strike. And stop. 同学们，再见。